The wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building. And just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Green Bay Packers. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. First carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams finding room at the 30. And he's all the way up to the 39-yard line that time. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Here we go now.
A first carry for Trenton Cannon. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
No. Check. Patriot. Now let's go. Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Mayfield off the play fake. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right. It's caught at the 10. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 42 yards.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it. And he got it. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's second and goal.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up an interesting third and goal. Now Mayfield on third and goal, eluding the pressure right. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Randall Cobb from 6 yards away. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Crosby on now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10 at the 9-yard line.
Anytime you field a kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Let's go. Leave it. Ringo, 48.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Josh Jackson, the former Iowa Hawkeye, made the play defensively.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Let's go, let's go.
Cousins now on second down. Over the middle, Rodgers has it. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake. They've taken care of that early.
And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Here we go, bring the energy. Three down. Let's go.
Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And this is going to be Packer football.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. They go play action. Mayfield. And his pass incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get, because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Mayfield on 3rd and 2. And Adams has it complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 2nd and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Defense may be thinking pass. They come out in the nickel on 3rd and goal.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll try to run it in. It's Williams. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal.
Now let's go.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Baker Mayfield with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Crosby with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Crosby on now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. The 6-time Pro Bowler, Clay Matthews. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of square blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. Third and short yardage. Cousins flushed out right. He finds Latavius Murray. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run.
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Rudolph showing the power. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A good pickup there at 22.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make this a 2nd down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. 2nd down, Cousins. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
To throw, Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Daniel Carlson now for the Viking field goal. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. Carlson able to put this one through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Gone! No. Check.
First down, Mayfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On second down, Williams. And some space here. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
That's a football play right there. That takes me back a little bit. Toss sweep to the right. Get it to your back. Get a lot of people out in front. Control the line of scrimmage. Wide receivers blocking downfield. It almost feels like half the crowd is in front of him, getting it down to the secondary. They have a tough time getting him down.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Detroit! All right, here we go. Green 39.
Mayfield on first down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Call it a gain of 3. And it's a 2nd down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Watch it now, Barney. Set. Green 39.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Set. Blue landed. Detroit.
Mayfield on play action. He's going to fire one deep over. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Wide. Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Following the penalty, it's Murray. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
They go back to Murray on 1st down. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rolling to his right. And it is caught at the 7. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now they'll run. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Throwing is Cousins. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now 3rd down. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers to get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well. Through
a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense is held strong. Now it's 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Lacey, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Eddie Lacy, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Carlson now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
On the counter, here's Williams. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll run with Cannon. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Mayfield now from the 50. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he's brought down. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
First down throw from Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Cannon. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Gone! Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
On 3rd down, Mayfield going up top. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, this from 53. So we've come to halftime here. We now proceed to the start of the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And the head coach reaches for the red flag, tosses it down on the field. He wants a challenge here.
Here we go.
On first down, Murray. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Dancing to his left. And Rudolph has it left side. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Mike Daniels makes the tackle.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Cousins to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Rodgers. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal.
Let's go.
They'll try to run it in with Murray. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
One man in the backfield, Murray on second and goal. To throw it is Cousins. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the rookie corner, Jair Alexander. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. He's got room to run past the 20. And they will finally get him down to the 27-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key to left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble. You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Detroit! Detroit! Set! 319! 319! Back 99 Philly, here we go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Leopard! Leopard!
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. This quarterback now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go, Detroit! Blue 90! Blue 90!
On 1st and 10, Mayfield throwing the out route incomplete. It's Cannon. Past the 20. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Mayfield down. Rolling to him, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Everson Griffin in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. From the gun, Mayfield. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Marquez Valdez-Scantling hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Packers add on to their lead. Crosby on now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? And this is incomplete. The intended receiver was Laquan Treadwell. That'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 10th carry of the game now. Murray with a nice move. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Here's Cousins. Open man to tight end Rodgers. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Now a give. This is Murray. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Play action now. Cousins. Pass incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it'll bring up third down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. On play action, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Cousins now from the 50. Fighting through pressure. Broken tackle. Going deep for Diggs. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position. Couldn't hold on. Third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Cousins. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
And that's his second sack of the game. But this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
And now before they run this fourth down play, we're going to get a timeout. And that's going to leave him with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. Here's Ryan Quigley now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Lucky 56. Here we go now.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Mayfield now on second down. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation.
The Packers on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. Williams loses the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game. So hold on here, not done in the 4th. Cousins now after the fumble recovery. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, Clifford!
Third and long for Cousins. He'll find Thielen, work in the middle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Cousins. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you've got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now Cousins. And that is incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
And there's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Second down, Mayfield. And his throw is incomplete. It was Andrew Sendejo from his strong safety spot able to make the play.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
The Packers on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Sherrills to return it. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than that.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. The 4-time Pro Bowler, Cam Chancellor. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Gun.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. It'll be a gain of 9. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Powers past him in midfield. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Play fake. Cousins. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Right there in coverage, the veteran Cam Chancellor.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This from 54 yards away. The kick by Carlson is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get a better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start. But now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball. Getting it away from them because making good tackles is one thing, but the clock will run out on you. You've got to have the football back for your offense.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. It was Andrew Sendejo from his strong safety spot able to make the play.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Here's Sherrills. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And right with it here over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Back to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's right. And he's going to go out of bounds at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7. And it'll make it 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll look to throw. And that's incomplete. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And down inside the 15 he goes. It goes for a gain of 10, and it's a first down. Back to throw. And a tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He's back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score. And he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Packers, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots.